Hi gang, Kim here. Today we are talking about why it might be that it seems like it's all bad every day. Hey guys, I had such a great conversation with a girl the other day that I know through business. I'm so excited to break it down with you guys. It was she was having a really tough day, week, probably just week, nothing crazy, but she's talking about things that are like kind of happening with, you know, the people that she's managing and in this part of her business and yada yada. And she's like, oh man, I just like feel really stressed out about it. I just shared with her something that I had seen from Gary V. So Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. He's awesome. Check him out. There's a video of him being interviewed by Larry King, right? And Larry asks him, hey, do you share things that go on in your business with your wife? And he's like, no, I do not do that. And Larry's like, well, why? It's a big part of your life, you know, you don't communicate about that part or whatever. Gary's like, Larry, because everything that I see every day is all bad. When I leave this interview, I'm gonna have 7 voicemails of people who have 911 problems, and I'm gonna have to solve every single one of them because I'm the CEO of a major firm. On a day-to-day basis, it's gonna seem bad, but on a, you know, whatever he said, quarterly basis, yearly basis, hopefully I've got growth and growth and growth and growth. And so I shared this idea or this thought process, this way of looking at it with this girl. And I was so, I was kind of like reminded of that myself, you know? So I want to share that with you guys because if you guys feel like, you know, whatever's going on today seems bad, and in any one given moment, in any one given day, it seems bad. It could be that you're just managing a lot of stuff, which is kind of what you want a lot of times, right? Like that's your goal, is to be the CEO, was to have more responsibility. So it's like taking a step back and realizing that like with that responsibility comes putting out fires. In fact, people that get paid the most money solve the most problems. So if you want to be a CEO, then great. You're basically saying you want to be a firefighter. I remember like when I was with my mentor a couple of years ago, and I remember her phone would go off way more than my phone would go off. And I remember kind of being like, man, she's like so important. You know, so many people are calling her like for help and for, you know, things like that. And then there I was a year or two later, my phone going off more. And there were these moments where I was like, oh, this thing never stops, right? It's your thought process about it. I would catch myself and I would be like, wait a minute. 2 years ago, you used to want to be as important as this person that you were looking up to, and now you're on your way to doing so and you're complaining about it. That doesn't make any sense. But so go back to the interview that Gary had with Larry King. That made so much sense to me. He's like, no, I don't go home and talk to my wife at 10:30 on a Wednesday night about what was going on that day, because that day looks bad in itself. But that quarter and all the problems that I solved and the solutions that they lead to and so on and so forth, they're gonna look great, which is why the company's doing great, right? So it's like growth is supposed to kind of be a little bit jagged, right? And so you just can't measure it on today. And you can't worry about the stresses that you feel at 2 o'clock. Easier said than done, but like that perspective really does help me put it in perspective. Really, you get the idea. Easier said than done, but you know, I think that think about it in that way. So the next thing that happens today, tomorrow, somebody calls you with a problem, you feel like, oh, there's just so many problems. Take a step back and realize, what are you managing? What is your goal to manage? And is this kind of what you want? Because if you want to own a company, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be problem solving. That's great. Get great at solving people's problems. You'll go straight to the top. Your company will grow so much because you're just so good at solving problems. So I was excited about sharing that perspective with you guys. I gotta go. I gotta finish my workday. Lots going on. Everybody have a great night. Bye.